जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रजन लांछन यमुनातीरावनचारी। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Recording in progress. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Jai Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe. Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Gauranitai. Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. जय विष्णुपाद परम परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदस्य श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की समस्त गौर भक्तवृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna. So how many students total in this batch? 20, 24, 10. And fewer online students, they are able to hear. No?
Yes, medium. Yes,
Yeah. So today we are going to start 6th canto, first chapter. And Sri Parikshudvacha Nivruttamargah Katita Adau Bhagavata Yatha Krama Yogopalabdena Brahmana Yadasa Srutihi. Can anyone read translation?
Maharaj Pariksit said, "O my Lord, O Sukadeva Goswami, you have already described in second canto the path of liberation nivrtti marga. By following that path, one is certainly elevated gradually to the highest planetary system from sloka, from which one is promoted to the spiritual world along with Lord Brahma. That one's repetition of birth and death in the material world ceases."
Yeah. Maharaj Pariksit heard already in 50 canto in 26th chapter description of various hellish planets. So then after that, after hearing those, the such a punishment for conditioned jiva, so then his heart became so soft actually, being a Vaishnava, started melting actually. He wants to ask what is the remedial process, best remedial process for saving those jivas. So in that flow, with that view, he started saying all these things. We'll be reading from just what is being discussed in this chapter is summarized by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, and after that we'll read purport also. So Maryadasthitanam yad bhutapaladi vaikasam palanam sthanam sthana satyoktam panchame vidudigitam. Fifth canto, like we have 10 topics which are discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam. Particularly Srimad Bhagavatam discussed about the topic. Which one? Sthanam. Atra sarko visarga sthanam poshanam muktiya. Manvantareshan tataha nirodha mukti ashraya. So among those 10 topics, Palanam topic is being discussed mainly. It's not that every canto is only one topic it can discuss, but it can discuss about many other topics also. In that, Palanam topic is discussed in fifth canto. Bhaktanam, so Swamaryada Astitanam Yad Bhutapaladi Bhuta Bhu Pataladi Vaikasam Palanam. That means how the various living entities in Earth planet, also lower planets, in higher planets, how those can be maintained is being discussed. Bhaktanam Dharma Maryada Ullanginamapi Palanam. In the case of conditioned Jivatma, he is giving punishment to those jivatmas who are not following dharma. Whatever maryada set by dharma, that means dharma shastras, if the jivatma is not following, then it will be sent to hellish planets. Yes? How many are there? 28 hellish planets. There you will be sent and you will be given different punishments. But what about devotees? Huh? Bhaktanam dharma maryada ullankinam api palam. But in the case of devotees, even they are, of course, they are not following dharma. If then they cross the boundaries given by dharma, maryada set by dharma, still they will be protected by him. Yad bhavet tattu vidvatpihi poshanam parikititam. So, papina ajamilasyapi namabhasena bhaktata gurudrohopi shakrasya proktadika adikruta bhaktata. So, he is going to, even his devotees are sinful, he is going to protect them. Not by just bhakti, even namabhasa bhakti, even if they do, he considers them as a bhakta and he will be protecting them. That's the main point. He is going to protect not just seriously dedicated devotees, but nama bhasa bhakta. So that thing he is going to that thing will be discussed in this canto actually. And also Gurudrohi. Who is Gurudrohi? Indra. So even Gurudrohi, he is just appointed as a maintainer of this society, this planets. Sarga actually is the protector of, he is the king of Sarga. So he will give whatever necessities for the Pulokavasis. And he is appointed by Lord. So that's why Lord is, so he is considered as a devotee. He is doing Lord's service in that way by executing his duties. And even he is Gurudrohi, he is protected actually. Tayoscha poshanam Chitraketutvadinam cha kim punaha. Then what about Chitraketu is really devotee? So definitely will protect. So that means in the fifth canto we discussed the palanam of all the living entities, how he protect and how he punishes. But in the sixth canto, in his devotees, even if they cross the dharma limits of dharma, still Lord is going to protect them. That is going to be discussed in this chapter. Example is Ajamil and also so Indra. Then what to speak of Chitraketu and so on. They are already devotees. These are all Ajamil is Namabhas. He is not a directly devotee. And Indra is also not pure devotee or not dedicated devotee. He is just executing the affairs of the Lord. He protected them. Okay. So Adya Ekona Vipshatya Bhakta Vatsalyam Uchyate. How many chapters are there in this canto? Ekona Vipshatya means 19 chapters are there. By using these chapters, so actually in these chapters we see Bhakta Vatsalyam. The main topic of sixth canto is Bhakta Vatsalyam. Bhakta Vatsalyam Uchyate. In these 19 chapters, first 3 chapters, they discuss about the Ajamil's episode. Next, after 6 chapters, these demigods taking the shelter of Vishwarupa. That will be discussing. And in the next 8 chapters, Uttarasara story is discussed in 8 chapters. How many are 3 plus 6 plus 8? Total 17. And remaining 2 is Pumsavana Vrata. The Diti is going to take up this Pumsavana Vrata and Indra is going to disturb that. That topic is discussed. Like this, total 19 chapters will discuss these things. So Bhakta Vatsalyam is the main topic of this canto.
how he is going to protect his devotees being seen here. Okay. And what about this sloka? In this first chapter, what we are going to see? Atra iha pradame adhyaye Vishnudutaihi ajamile mochamane tadiya aghanichyante yamakinkaraihi. The main topic of this chapter is Ajamil's sinful activities being quoted by Yamadutas. Yamadutas counting or otherwise quoting all these his offenses, what he did his whole life. That is the main topic we discussed in this chapter. Okay, it's clear, any doubt? Huh? We'll see the slogan. निवृत्ति मार्गः अतिता आदौ भगवता यथा क्रमयोगोपलब्धेन ब्रह्मणा यदसं श्रुतिः. What Pariksit Maharaj is saying here? Huh? What he is saying? Is remembering about what? Nivritti marga. Nivritti marga katita adau. Bhagavata means by you. By Sukadeva Goswami. By your holiness. That means Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami told Nivritti marga. Where he told Nivritti marga? Huh? Second canto where? And also that is a Krama yoga. Krama yoga also it should be. Here Nivritti marga means that is Krama yoga. Where it is said in the second canto. You remember second canto in which chapter? Second canto which chapter we discussed Krama yoga. Second canto how it begins. Second canto begins by answering Parikshit's questions. Yes? And Sukadeva Goswami explains glories of the holy name. Is the best thing. Tasmas Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavani Shurarihi Srotavya Kirtitavyascha Smartavyascha. He says this. Then after that he started telling about the Ashtanga Yoga process. Then in the elaboration of that he explains they are meditating on the form of the Lord. If some neophyte yogi, if he is not able to meditate on form of the Lord successfully, dhyana, he is not stable in dhyana, then he has to do dharana on the Virat Rupa. After explaining the dharana on Virat Rupa, what is Virat Rupa and dharana on Virat Rupa, finally we have seen yogi is leaving his body in two ways. What are those? Sadyo mukti and Brahma mukti. Yogi, when he leaves his body, in two different ways he leaves. That means when he brings his soul to the Brahmarandhara, at that time, whether he wants to go step by step, that means such a inquisitiveness if he has, kutuhala, to see the pleasure in the various higher planets, then he can go to the various Swarga, Vaishwanara Loka, then after that Swarga Loka, then after that Tapoloka, so Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka, then the layers of Brahmand also he will enjoy. There different types of pleasures are there. Neendharan. Huh? Neendharan kya? So like this, various layers. So he crosses and finally, that means he began with subtle body from his body, but step by step he leaves various elements of subtle body and finally simply Jivatma will go and merge into the Brahman. That is known as Krama mukti. Sadyo mukti means just directly, that means by using this Shatchakra yoga, so he will pull out this Jivatma immediately. Subtle body also he leaves, while leaving the body gross, subtle both he leaves at a time and finish. he will go directly to Brahman. Here, sadyo mukti. Here, Krama mukti is being said. In second canto, we discussed Krama mukti. And also we discussed Krama mukti in where? Third canto, 32nd chapter. Worshippers of Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha worshippers, what they do? So when they finish the worshippers of Hiranyagarbha, which kind of worshippers? Hiranyagarbha means, you know, who is Hiranyagarbha? Brahmaji. So some people they worship Brahmaji and they also get liberation, provided if they worship Brahmaji as Gunavatar of the Lord. Independently, if they worship, they cannot go. But if they worship Brahmaji as Gunavatar of the Lord, then when they leave, where they will go? They will go into the Brahmaji's body. Then after that, when Brahmaji leaves 100 years later, at the end of his 100 years, he will also leave. Along with Brahma, so Brahmaji also leaving for liberation. Then these jivas also along with him, they will leave. They will go for liberation. This is also another kind of Krama mukti. So Pariksit is remembering these two, which are said in the second canto and third canto. So here you should not take Krama yoga means jnana and bhakti. Jiva Goswami Pad is saying Krama yoga means you should not take jnana and bhakti. Because in the jnana and bhakti, immediately after leaving body, Jivatma immediately goes to the liberation or destination. But in the case Krama Mukti, Krama Yoga is mentioned. That's why you should not take here Jnana and Bhakti, but you should take, which is explained in the second canto, second chapter, and also third canto, that is second chapter. That you should take. So Krama Yoga Upalabdena Brahmana Yadasam Sruti. That means at that time Brahmaji is also, when these jivas all entering into Brahmaji body, so that Brahmaji also living along with him. That means the jivas who entered into the Brahmaji along with him, what? Asamsruti. That means they got liberated. There is no samsruti, means there is no once again samsara. Is it clear? Any question? You can ask questions if you have. Yeah. Huh? 1 second, I'll let you. If you are not able to understand, please ask me to repeat. I will ask. We are discussing Krama Mukti. We are discussing second canto. What is said there? They do, yogis, they do, first of all, they try to directly meditate on Paramatma, and that means dharana, we say. Then after that, they want to get dhyana and samadhi. But if they are not able to meditate on Paramatma properly, that means in the dhyana, they are not able to fix their mind on the different limbs as That means as much of time as, so it should be done that much time. If they are not able to fix limb by limb meditation, if they are not able to do, simply if you can say limb by limb meditation, if they are not able to do, then he is demoted actually. Such a yogi is asked to meditate on Virat Rupa, not on Paramatma, because his mind, his heart is still contaminated. That's why he was asked to do Virat Rupa meditation. After doing the Virat Rupa meditation, so then what will happen? So he will be getting his heart will be purified. Then after that he can meditate on Chaturbhuja Rupa of the Paramatma in the heart, otherwise Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Then he will become perfect. This you are remembering, this point. Then after that yogi, what? While leaving the body, so what he will do? He may have some inquisitiveness, kutuhala, eagerness, some eagerness if he has to see various pleasures in the various planets. Then what he will do? He will not leave subtle body. He will take that subtle body along with that. First he will go to Vaishwana Loka. Then in that subtle body, whatever is there any so unnecessary things are there that will be removed to travel up. So then he will go to Swarga. Sometimes he stay. Then he will go to Maharloka and Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka. Various pleasures, whatever there they see, he see. Then after that, what? Layers of Brahmanda. So Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, or Akash. You will see. And after that, so Ahankara and Mahat. While leaving these layers, crossing these layers, so various elements of his body is removed out, subtle elements. Then finally, Brahmanda who is crossing, pure Jivatman, it going to merge to Brahman. This is known as what? Krama marga or Krama mukti. Krama margopalabdena is said na there. So nivrtti marga, Krama margopalabdena. That you should take. Krama marga means this one. And also one more thing. One more place it is explained in the third canto, 32nd chapter. Some upasakas they meditate on Brahmaji. Then after that living body, they will go and merge into the body of Brahma. And that means they are not going directly to liberation, get liberation. They go and merge into Brahmaji's body and they stay till Brahmaji leaves. Then after that, when Brahmaji 100 years are over, along with him they also go and merge into or get the liberation. Get the liberation. So this is one more place where we see Krama mukti. So these things we should take. Prabhupada is also writing because Vaisnava Thakur wrote and Prabhupada is also mentioning those two. Here main point is not Krama mukti, but I just mentioned because it's mentioned there. Yeah.
When Brahmaji, it is said where Brahmaji attempts liberation. So one thing can be Brahmaji Madhusi to Brahma, that is one. Or he can attend any of the four muktis, Savakya, Sarashti. So in that case, that those three versions, the body of, they will also attain like Savakya, Sarashti.
Whatever eligible for that, they will go for it. Sahajya, otherwise Savakya. Brahmaji may go to Golok also.
Whatever they are eligible to, they will attend that.
Yes. But they will be in the Brahmaji's body till Brahma leaves his body. So, pravrtti marga may not be, maybe. It can be different kinds of us. Millions of Brahmajis are there. Some Brahmajis. Huh?
What about these people who merge into Brahma's body?
That's a system. Money is the person. That's a system, and they may get the pleasure of the residing there. I don't know actually. So that's a system. Okay. We'll read purport. Here, Prabhupada, since Maharaj Pariksit was a Vaishnava, when he heard the description of at the end of fifth canto of the different hellish conditions of life, he was very much concerned with how to liberate the conditioned souls from the clutches of Maya and take them back home, back to God. Therefore, he reminded his spiritual master Sukadeva about Nivritti Marga. So that's the Nivritti Marga is discussed. Why in the mind of Sukadeva Goswami came Nivritti Marga? He just heard people who are Pravritti Marga, Nivritti Marga. Actually, there are two are there. Actually, we can divide people into two ways. People who follow Vedas and people who are not following Vedas. People who are not following Vedas, they are all what? Sinful people. Those are going to hellish planets. That is one thing actually. Vedanusarena ekaha atikramena anya. That's a grossly you can divide people into two categories. Who follows Vedas, who doesn't follow. Doesn't follow Vedas. Who are following Vedas, for them two. Pravrtti and nivritti. What is the meaning of pravrtti? They are working for what? Huh? Dharma, artha and kama. And nivritti means they are working for moksha. So people who doesn't follow Vedas, what is the destiny for them? Hell, hellish planet. So in third canto we discussed 30th chapter, 32nd, 33rd, 30, 31st, 32nd, three chapters. What is the destiny of karma? Karma destiny can be three. What is that? Tamasika destiny, rajasika destiny, and sattvic destiny. Tamasika destiny means going to hellish planets. Rajasika destiny means going to Swarga. Sattvic destiny means liberation from karma. There are the three different types of. When they will get the sattvic destiny, by which karma they will get sattvic destiny? Huh? What kind of karma? What kind of karma will give rajasic destiny? Bias. And what kind of karma will give tamasic destiny? Sinful. That means these people who doesn't follow Vedas. Who follows Vedas but pravritti, they get what? Rajasic destiny. Nivritti means what kind of karma they do? Sattvika. Huh? Nishkama karma yoga. Karma yoga they do. So then they will be getting the nivritti. So there in this way, destiny of karma is three types. So those who doesn't follow, they will go to hellish planets. That is being explained in the 31st chapter also. You remember all? 30th chapter ending. 30th chapter ending, we discussed that. Same thing is elaborated in fifth canto, last chapter, 26th chapter. English is okay or Hindi? English is okay. So 26th chapter, we have seen elaboration of that destiny, tamasika destiny. After hearing this, Pariksit Maharaj heard this. After that, he felt so bad, actually. Oh, in this way, Jivatma get punishment. It's very bad. So, he is being a Vaishnava, paradukka dukki. So, being Vaishnava, he started thinking about Nivritti marga. Which marga? This one, nivritti. Because pravrtti marga also not so good because kshine punye vishanti martyalo. Once again he has to come back for suffering. That's why actually total people can be divided into two: who follows Vedas, who doesn't follow Vedas. Doesn't follow means tamasika, helish, just you heard about them. Then Vedas who follow, there are two: pravritti marga and nivritti marga. And this is nivritti marga. Nivritti marga means moksha. So jnana and bhakti comes under which marga? Jnana and bhakti?
Nivritti.
Huh? Nivritti marga. So jnana and bhakti also comes nivritti. But here, what kind of nivritti marga he is quoting, Pariksit? Huh? Krama marga. So that's what you should take, which is explained in 2.2 and 3.32. Not jnana and bhakti. Like that, Srila Jiva Goswami Pad is saying, not jnana and bhakti. You remember that? Therefore, he reminded his spiritual master Sukadeva Goswami about Nivritti Marga, or path of liberation, which he had described in the second canto. Maharaj Pariksit, who at the time of death was fortunate to meet Sukadeva Goswami, inquired Sukadeva Goswami about Variyaneshate Prashnaha Kruto Lokahitam. This is the beginning of second canto, first chapter. Anyway, that's context Prabhupada is giving. Here Prabhupada explaining nature of Vaisnava. So how then, what is the nature? Maharaj Pariksit was astonished that the living entities in the conditional stage don't accept the path of liberation, devotional service, instead of suffering in so many hellish conditions. This is a symptom of Vaishnava. What is the symptom of Vaishnava? Is paradukka dukkhi. This is a symptom of Vaishnava. But if you see in the case of Jnanis, they never think about the others. Others' pain will never touch because they are practicing to not to react for any kind of pleasure or pain or any good or bad or anything. They will make their heart so hard. So that's why they are not paradukka dukkhi. But Vaishnava's heart is so soft. What is the reason for that? Vaishnava's heart becomes so soft. That's why others' pain immediately touches this heart. Why this heart becomes so soft? Huh? बोलिए आप लोग नहीं बोल रहे हैं they are doing bhakti actually. Because of bhakti, what will happen? As much as we do bhakti, our ego and also our all the qualities like pride, our enviousness, lust, anger, if all these are all there, then heart will become so hard. If someone is so lusty, then what will happen? His heart is so hard. If the lust is not satisfied, then he will kill opposite person. No. So that means when these all bad qualities are there, then what will become? Heart will become so hard. But in the Vaishnava's heart, these are not there. So that's why it became what? So soft actually. Because of bhakti, all anarthas are out. Prudyantasto yabhadrani vidnoti sudrisatam. All the anarthas are out. Kleshagni and Subha. All the kleshas are destroyed. So that's why heart is so soft. He's not envious about anyone. So that's why he will never think that how to defeat him or how to suppress him. On top of that, he is having all good qualities, compassion and so on so, coming from bhakti. So that's why he is so reactive for the other's pain. Paradukka dukkhi. He is unhappy because of the unhappiness of others. Therefore, Pariksit Maharaj, being compassionate toward the conditioned souls suffering in hellish life, suggested that Sukadeva Goswami continue describing the path of liberation. That means that is the point. Gurudev, you told Nivritti Marga Actually, it is a remedial process for not to get this kind of hellish punishment. So can you continue that? So that means he is asking further details of nivritti marga. He mentioned krama part of the nivritti marga, and he further is asking about what? Jnana and bhakti. So the word asmriti is very important in this connection. Samsriti. Asamsriti. Samsriti means birth and death. Asamsriti means nivritti. That means coming out from birth and death. Next. According to the opinion of Acharyas, Prabhupada writing this line based upon Viraragavacharya. This is Viraragavacharya's. From that purport he took Prabhupada. What Prabhupada is saying. Krama yogopalabdena means what he is taking here. Krama yogopalabdha means indicates that by first performing karma yoga and then jnana yoga and finally coming to the platform of bhakti yoga, one can liberate it. How it is? Karma yoga, then after that jnana yoga, then bhakti yoga, then liberation. How it is? Can anyone explain? You all know the transcendental diagram. Huh? There is a transcendental diagram. You know or not? You don't know. People will be learning this diagram in this course. Transcendental diagram. This diagram is very important. You want to learn? No. Thank you. If you learn this, all the basic, that means core philosophy of ours will be kept in books. I will explain. I will take a few minutes to explain this so that remaining 4 or 5 days it will be easy for me. My life will become so easy with this diagram. Okay. This diagram is very simple and practical. Absolute truth. Actually, in the Brahmachari class, last time when I was there, I started taking this only. But unfortunately, only one day I could take. Second day I couldn't take. This half of this diagram is formed and remaining is not formed. So now we will be forming that full diagram. Okay. So, absolute truth. That means Paratattvam can be realized in 2 ways. With attributes and without attributes. So that's why we made into 2. Brahma Prapti, Bhagavad Prapti. Even Paramatma also we kept in the, so because Savishesha and Nirvishesha. Paramatma comes under which? Savishesha. So you take it as Savishesha and it's a Nirvishesha. So then after that, to realize this Nirvishesha, what is the path we should follow? That is a Jnana. To reach the Bhakti, Bhagavan, then one should follow Bhakti Marga. And what is the entry door for these two? Entry door for this and this is Karmarpana. Karmarpana. And this Karmarpana is also 2 types. This is one type, this is one type, and this is another type. In this is also subdivision type. Okay. And that means if you want to enter into the Jnana Yoga, he has to do Nishkama Karma Yoga. By that, he should purify his heart. Then he can enter into Jnana Yoga. He will practice various Jnana sadhanas, which are explained in the 3rd canto. Carefully here, please. So, the 3rd canto, which are explained in the 13th chapter of sloka number 8 to 12. And those you will be practicing. Then you will be getting the finally stage of jnana mukti. And he will be finally leaving the body. Mam chayo avyabicharena bhakti yogena sevate sayetan gunan samatitya brahma bhuyaya kalpite. Finally, he is going to merge into the Brahman. This is the one way. Bhagavad Gita first chapters are describing this area. Bhagavad Gita last chapters are describing this area. There is another way. So, who is coming to Nishkama Karma Yoga? Karmi who got the association of Karmi who got the association of Jnanis. Sadhus are two types basically, Jnanis and Bhaktas, devotees. So Karmis who got the association of Jnanis, they do Nishkama Karma Yoga. Then after that, Antakarana Siddhi, Jnana Sadhanas, like that I told. And Karmis, if they get association of pure devotees, they will practice Dayavarna Ashram Dharma initially, and ultimately they get the Drishraddha. So the symptom of Drishraddha is Sharanagati actually. So when they are fully surrendered devotees, then their pure devotion begins. Then finally they enter into Bhagavad Prapti. But karmis who got the Pradhani Bhuta Bhaktas association, not pure devotees, then they do practice of regular Varnashrama and they get the Salokya Mukti like this. Like this, they get Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, and Sarishti. This is the way. And Vikarmis will be there. Vikarmis who are there, if they get association of devotees, they also try to struggle and develop the Drashraddha. So, fortunately, if they come to Daivarnashram Dharma, it will be helpful for them. And they will also get the Drashraddha and finally enter into pure devotion. So, Vikarmis, they may get the association of Jnanis. They even, that means, they do practice of Vikarma only, Nishkama Karma Yoga, they practice. So, but they will feeling so struggle for that, hard struggle, because they want to be in the mode of goodness, but they are practicing, they are doing vikarma. So it's a hard struggle, but finally, so they also has to reach to jnana yogas, jnana sadhanas, and get the Brahma Prapti. This is the overall view, actually, I said. That means Jivatma initially, without any clue of Paratattvam, if they get association of sadhus like Jnanis or Bhaktas, then only their spiritual account begins. Now I am saying Karma Yoga will lead to Jnana Yoga will lead to Bhakti Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga will lead to, what is written there? Liberation. What is that? Huh? When a karmi come in association of Jnanis, no. Pradhani Bhuta Bhaktas. The context is only Jnanis. If karmi come in contact with Jnani, what he will do initially? Nishkam Karma Yoga. Nishkam Karma Yoga he does. Nishkam Karma Yoga he does, and because of the result of Nishkam Karma Yoga is what? Huh? Pradesiddhi, Antakarma Siddhi will have. And the outcome is, I am not body, I am soul. This he will be realizing. So then after that, does he need to practice still karma? No, he can leave karma sannyas. Then he will leave the karma, and then what he will do? Jnana sadhanas he practices. Along with some bhakti. You can see in the 13th chapter actually. It's 20 items. Bhakti is there or not? Bhakti also will be there. So along with Jnana sadhanas, he will practice bhakti. Then what will happen? He will be getting now he realizes soul, self-relation happened, but Brahman relation should happen. So then, while being in that, practicing that Jnana sadhanas means he is in the mode of goodness. That means Vidya increases. Vidya increases. With that state, he is able to understand Upanishads, Tatpadartha Jnana. That means Brahma. He will be studying about Brahma Tattva. Then after that, he has to practice oneness to see. That's Brahma Tattva he has to see everywhere. So for that, he will stop seeing the differences. His senses always give the differential knowledge about the objects. Now he will be going beyond the senses actually. And he will not be seeing any differences of any object. That is known as oneness, practicing of oneness. But why after practicing this, he will come to the ability of seeing the everything as one. But can he go and merge it to the Brahman now? No, because along with him, what is there? So, Vidya is there. Vidya also has to be removed from him. So then you will be cutting the Vidya with Vidya only. This Vidya is also obstacle for me to enter into Brahman. So let me leave this Vidya. So with this kind of Vidya, he stopped practicing of Jnana sadhanas, everything. And then what is remaining with him? That Jivatma, what is remaining? First, Avidya gone, Vidya formed, Vidya also gone. Now, what will be there with that Jivatma? Huh? Only Swalpa, Swalpa Matra, little Bhakti. Little Bhakti is with him. That is known as Mam Chayo Avyabhicharayana Bhakti Yogena. That means he is in the now purely devotion. He is taking shelter of purely devotion. Then, with the help of Bhakti, he is going and merging into Brahman. That is known as liberation. समझ में आया? कौन बोलेंगे? बोलिए बोलिए कौन बोलेंगे? मैं जो एक्सप्लेन किया कर्मयोग से ज्ञान योग से भक्ति योग से लिबरेशन, ये बोलना है. प्रोपर लिखिए और स्टेटमेंट. हाँ, माइक जो पकड़े वही बोलिए. हाँ बोलिए. बोलिए. अच्छा, ये चाहिए आपको?
So one meets Jnana Yogi,
Who?
Sadhu. Once meets person who is in Sadhu Jnana.
1 second. Karmi means which kind of sadhu? Jnani sadhu. First of all, Karmi, how will be, you know? Let me explain little one more detail. Jivatma is particle, is Satchit Maya actually. Is a Sat, is Chit, and also is Ananda. Karmi Jivatma means it is covered with what? What is this? This is Avidya, which is the product of Maya. And it is also covered with what? Karma. Like this, all Jivatmas are lying in Mahavishnu. So when Mahavishnu wants to give bodies, subtle and gross bodies to these Jivas, whenever he desires Ekoham Bahusyam, when he desires, what happens? He glances. First Prakriti comes out from him and he glances. Then all these Jivas entering into Prakriti. That means Jivas now they are accompanied with what? Avidya and Karma. So who are coming together? Jiva's karma, Kala Shakti of the Lord, and also Swabha of the Prakriti. We read now in the second canto, 5th chapter. Kala, Karma, Swabha. These three coming together. When Lord glances, what is happening? Jivatmas are entering, which are having the karma. And Kala Shakti is also entering into Prakriti. And Prakriti's nature is what? What is the nature of Prakriti? Prakriti always changes. Changing. But Jivatma never change. When time hits the Prakriti, immediately Prakriti changes. And time hits the Jivatma, that soul will change. It's Avyaya, no change. Jivatma is different. It will never be affected by time. So now, from that Prakriti, who are coming? 23 elements. In this Prakriti Jivas are also there, 23 elements are there. And these 23 elements are all coming together by the Lord. Once again, Lord has to send his Shakti, Bibris Shakti. Then only these 23 elements coming together. And they started forming what? Huh? Huh? What is that? Boding Brahmandas. Goal. Brahmandas are formed. How many innumerable Brahmandas are formed? And these Jivas are also who are having the karma also distributed among these millions of Brahmandas. Okay? And that in each Brahmanda, Mahavishnu is entering in the form of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, and in this Brahmanda, this 23 element chunk also is there. In everything, chunk will be there. ऐसा नहीं कि खाली है वो पूरा. अंदर भी कुछ माल रहता है, material. Inside there is a 23 elements product is there inside us. So now, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu take this 23 element chunk into his Garbha, his stomach. He keeps for 1,000 years. Then from there, who comes? Brahma and Virat Rupa will come. So now when Brahma comes, that means how it comes? The lotus actually. Lotus comes. Jivatmas, where they are? In lotus they are. They are with what? Covered with avidya and karma. Now what they need actually? Subtle and gross bodies. Who gives? Brahmaji gives subtle and gross bodies. So these jivatmas, so now I explain the process. And these jivatmas, will they stay for how many years in that Brahmanda? Brahma's life is how many years? 311 trillion, 40 billion. These many years, Jivatma is changing what? Which body? Subtle and gross? Only gross body, not subtle body. Initial first rate is given. Then after that, it is changing only gross bodies. In 311 trillion 40 billion years, in this period of time, Jivatma is changing which body? Gross body. And it is gathering so much karma and also enjoying karma and gathering. And after 100 years are over, then what? Disperse. Brahmanda is out. Subtle and gross bodies also out. They came from where? Prakriti. Ultimately, they came from Prakriti. They entered into Prakriti, and Jivatma, which is covered with avidya and karma, they enter into Mahavishnu. And all these subtle and gross bodies winded up and they enter into Prakriti. And Prakriti also enter. Everything, Ekoham, only one will be there at that time. That is Lord Himself. But they entering into the Mahavishnu means they got liberation? No, because still they have Savidya and Karma. And once again, they come out. Just one blink is enough actually. Everything is over. And once again, you open eyes. Once again, 100 years. And all these 311 trillion and 40 billion of show will happen. And once again, inside. Out, in. Keep on going. That means by out of Lord, mercifully, what He gave? To deliver this kind of jivatmas, He gave Shastra and He sent His devotees to this. So, if the devotees association, if this jivatma get, then his spiritual life begins. So, karmi jivatma, how it will be? It is like this. It is a particle soul, avidya and karma, and Brahmaji is giving false ego, chittam, next intelligence, next mind, next senses, next gross body. And after that, outside of the gross body, what are there? What are these? Sense objects. This is a story. And this Jivatma always claims, when it is covered with avidya, what is happening to Jivatma? It is avaranatmaka shakti, avidya. By avaranatmaka shakti, what happens to Jivatma? Jivatma, by nature, it is a chit padartha. It is having the knowledge. What knowledge? I am soul. This kind of knowledge it is having. When it is covered by the avidya, what will happen? It will forget that identity. I am soul. This he forgets. That's why your eyes are there. When eyes are covered with completely darkness, now eyes are able to see the things. Even they have ability to see the things, but can they see anything? No. But when the darkness is removed, can they see? Light is there, can they see? Yes. Jivatma, when it is covered by the avidya, it cannot know himself. Okay, it's clear? When it is a avaranatmika shakti, Jivatma covered by the avidya means is avaranatmika, avidya is avaranatmika shakti of Lord. Next what? When Brahmaji gives false ego, when Brahmaji gives false ego to him, because of this false ego, what is happening to this Jivatma? It started feeling identity of I, or sensation of I. That means identity of I towards whom? Towards sometimes chitta, sometimes intelligence, sometimes mind, sometimes senses, sometimes gross body. It is getting the what? It is feeling. Jivatma is feeling false identity. I-ness. I-ness means this. I-ness. Ahankara. I-ness. Okay, that means sense of I. It is feeling sense of I towards body. Falsely. That's why anything happen to body, it thinks that it is happening to him. If Jivatma, that means if laddu is eaten by the senses and tongue is touching the taste of the laddu, and pleasure is coming where actually? In the mind. But Jivatma thinks that what? It is claiming himself as mind, then pleasure which is generated in the mind, it is thinking that I am happy, I am eating laddu, I am enjoying laddu. Yes. This is unnecessarily संबंध रख के दूसरों का दुख को अपना दुख मानती रहती है. यही जीवात्मा का समस्या है और कुछ नहीं. चोरी कोई किया और उसको चोर को पुलिस पकड़ा और पुलिस उसको दंड दे रहे हैं, और बगल में एक व्यक्ति है वो मान के बैठे हैं कि चोरी खुद किए करके किया तो चोर खुद किए करके और दंड मिल रहे हैं चोर को, और लेकिन वो सोच रहे दंड उनको मिल रहा है. इधर चोर कौन है, फील करने वाला कौन है, दंड को देने वाला कौन? इस एग्जाम्पल में चोर कौन है? चोर के स्थान पर किसको ले सकते हैं आप? करने वाला. और दंड भोगने वाला कौन? दिस इज ग्रास एंड सेटल बॉडीज विच आर कमिंग फ्रॉम प्रकृति. और लेकिन फील करने वाला कौन है? बगल में रहकर कुछ नहीं किया लेकिन फिर भी सोल विच इज ऑलवेज. सोल कैन बी ऑलवेज प्योर और नॉट. सोल को कोई दूषित कर सकते हैं क्या? नहीं, कोई नहीं कर सकता, लेकिन कवर कर सकते हैं. जब अविद्या से कवर हुआ तो जीवात्मा से कुछ लोप हो गया क्या? हाँ, जैसे आंख को अंधकार कवर करने से आंखों का कोई कुछ चले गए क्या? उसके लिए डॉक्टर के पास जाना है क्या? आंख को अभी अंधकार कवर किया तो आंख दिख नहीं रहे तो आप डॉक्टर के पास जाएंगे क्या? डॉक्टर साहब मेरा आंख अभी दिख नहीं रहा, अंधकार में कुछ तो निकल गया. और क्या निकल गए बोलो, ऐसे पूछ सकते हैं? हाँ, नहीं है. सो अंधकार से कवर हुआ. व्हेन darkness is covering eyes means it's not that the eyes are lost something. Eyes ability of seeing the objects is there or not in that eyes? Is there. Jivatma, when it is covered by the avidya, is it mean that Maya is forcibly, is it taking away something from that? Huh? No, it is just someone kept. That means in your house there is a pot, is there? Someone just covered that, and out of ignorance you are thinking that pot is missed, and you'll go to the police station and you'll complain, my something is missing. What will say? Can you do that? It's covered. It is not stolen. Similarly, Maya is covering. Is it stealing the knowledge of Jivatma? It's not stealing. It is covering. Darkness is covering of the eyes ability of seeing, or otherwise is stealing the ability of the eyes, ability of seeing the objects. Is a stealing or covering? Covering. This is the important point. और माया को इतना दोष नहीं देना चाहिए बा. माया is not stealing. माया के पास क्यों जाने के लिए बोला आपको? उधर से हटो. अंधकार में रहकर मेरा आंख दिखने रहे करके क्यों रो रहे? इसको क्या बोलेगा? उधर से हटो. भगवान भी क्या बोल रहे हैं? उधर से हटो. माया, लेकिन आप उससे बैठ के मैं अंधकार में भी एकदम अच्छे से देखना चाहता हूं करके लड़ाई करेंगे तो क्या होगा? आंख फटेगा बस, और कुछ होगा? तो जहां अंधकार है वहां से हट के जहां प्रकाश है वहां जाओ. मामेव प्रपद्यन्ते माया में. माम मीन्स प्रकाश. प्रकाश की तरफ जाओ तो अंधकार अपने आप चले जाएंगे. वो आपको क्या बिगाड़ रहे हैं? आप उसके पास में बैठ के मैं चिंता कर रहे हैं आंख दिखने रहे करके. सिंपल है नहीं लॉजिक? माया का कोई दोष है क्या? बोले आप लोग माया का दोष है? नहीं, यही बात है एक्चुअली. ये 3rd कैंटो 7th चैप्टर श्लोका नंबर 5 में जाके पढ़िए आप. उसमें रहता है माया का कोई दोष नहीं है और हम लोगों का भी कोई दोष नहीं है. अंधकार में नहीं रहना है, बस सिंपल बात. बात सिंपल है एक्चुअली. जीवात्मा भी अविद्या से आवृत है. इट इज कवर्ड विथ अविद्या and not able to know himself. On top of that, false ego is giving the falsely identity towards the other objects. That means which identity? I, sense of I. False ego is giving sense of I towards body, actually, to this jivatma. This is known as what? Prakshepatmika shakti. False ego is nothing but prakshepatmika. That means is dragging actually jivatma's consciousness to down. Prakshepa is throwing her otherwise to somewhere else. Identity is thrown towards what? Towards the material body. This is known as prakshepatmika. समझ में आ रहा है? सब ऐसे ऐसे है. हाँ, सच में आ रहा है ना? नींद आ रहा है क्योंकि बेसिक्स बोलने के बाद इजी होता है आगे क्लासेस. Who is it? That's it.
How is to dance? So the Kala Shakti, don't call Shiva.
काल शक्ति ये सब डिटेल्स तो हम लोग ब्रह्म संहिता इत्यादि में आता है. काल शक्ति इज एक डिफरेंट शक्ति. इज नॉट तटस्थ शक्ति. इट्स नॉट बहिरंग शक्ति. इट्स नॉट अंतरंग शक्ति. इज ए डिफरेंट पोटेंसी. शिवा इज
We call it Shiva, right? And the dance falls in front. So is it something different or?
I don't know actually. Okay.
The second thing, so Brahma created 5 ignorance. So this comes in the.
Yeah. This comes under what? 5 ignorances. Initially he creates this avidya's different layers. Those different layers of avidya. Basically, Jivatma is covered with avidya, and he is facilitating that avidya with avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesh. So that different types of the deepness of avidya is known as these layers actually. So this is the core avidya, and now so to make it activate, he creates his facilitate that using those 5 avidyas. So now that is also also Maya's product only. So now the main point is Jivatma, which is covered with this avidya and also covered with these gross and subtle bodies. In this Brahmanda, even it is there for the millions and millions of years, can he come to know Paramatma who is beside to him? So like you see, one example like you always, there is in a dark room, there is a pen is there, a pencil is there, and nearby one pen is there. This pen, can it illuminate this pencil? Huh? No. But you remove this pen and if you bring a lamp, small lamp, this lamp, can it illuminate this pencil? Yes. And there is another Surya is there. So this lamp is illuminating pencil. Can this lamp illuminate Surya? Can you see the different parts of Surya using the light of this lamp? So here you can take it as a Jivatma. This is what? Tatsha Shakti. This is Tatashya Shakti. This is Bahiranga. Take as example. This is example and it is exemplified. And this is Swarupa Shakti. So Tadasya Shakti can illuminate Bahiranga. Tadasya Shakti, can it illuminate Swarupa Shakti? माने तटस्थ शक्ति की प्रकाश की माध्यम से आप स्वरूप शक्ति से मैनिफेस्ट हुआ वस्तुओं को देख सकते हैं क्या? नहीं देख सकते. तो जो जीवात्माs which are nothing but tadasya shaktis and having covered with bahiranga shaktis, products of bahiranga shakti, so such a jivatmas millions came together, and can they come to know about the swarupa shakti objects which are manifesting out of swarupa shakti? Can they? By doing various kinds of exercises, that means they are all bringing together the total intelligence and total mind, total chitta, total senses of the millions of conditioned souls came together, and they are investing all sum total of the intelligence using that. So can they come to know about the supreme truth? Will that illuminate that sum total of the intelligence? Can it illuminate, or can it come to know about the absolute truth? No. Yes? नींद आ रहा है क्या सबको? समझ में आ रहा है या नहीं? जहां भी समझ में ना आए तो पूछिए आप लोग प्लीज. So what I am saying, Prabhu, you tell me, front. This. What I told last point, tell me.
Pain and painful.
Huh?
Because we cannot understand. So,
Cannot illuminate or cannot understand. Yes, Tarshati cannot understand. Why? Yes. Explain example.
Candle can illuminate the pixel. It cannot illuminate sun.
Yes. Yes.
Cannot.
Yes. This is the way. So, what it need actually? Even this kind of jivatmas exposed with the scriptures, like scriptures are there. These jivatmas are given with the scriptures which are bare Tadasya Shakti and covered with the products of Bahiranga Shakti. If they are given with the scriptures, using the scriptures, can they come to know about Supreme Lord? Can they understand and can they come to know about the Supreme Lord? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah? इसके अर्थ तो जो भी शास्त्र पढ़ेगा वो सब परमात्मा को जानने वाला हो जाएंगे. हाँ? ऐसे क्या है? हाँ? Hey, very good. Only books, only scriptures will do. Then Vaisnava wrote all the Bhagavatam and all millions of people they are coming, but everyone is becoming devotee. Huh? Everyone came to know Supreme Lord. What they think actually, even if they see Supreme Lord, they can't believe. Why? Their intelligence is what? Material intelligence. Material intelligence can put faith or can logically understand only the objects which are material. Yes or no? So the Jivatma, that means this material intelligence which is backed up by the potency of the Tarsha Shakti, such a material intelligence can understand only the logical objects, conceivable objects as per material logic. But Krishna, in the scriptures, how Krishna is described? Krishna is said as inconceivable object. is beyond the material logic. His hands can do the work of eyes. Eyes can do the work of hands. And so extraordinary. He is having the birth and also he is not having the birth. He is smaller than the smallest, and he is bigger than the biggest. He is having all contradictory qualities. He is inconceivable personality. So when it comes that a object is which is mentioned in scriptures, this jivatma, bare jivatma with this material faculties, whenever it comes across such a object, such a topic or such a object which is inconceivable, what will it take it and will it believe that? I am asking question, will it believe? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. व्रत के कारण नहीं मिला सबको एनर्जी डाउन हो गई व्रत के कारण see will it cannot accept कृष्ण के बारे में पढ़ते हुए ओ ये तो फिक्शन स्टोरी हो सकता है ये हो सकता है वो हो सकता है ये हो सकता है ऐसे मानेगा so that's why whenever it gets the what कृपा परम स्वतंत्र भगवत भक्त संग तज्जाता परम स्वतंत्र भगवत भक्त संग तज्जात कृपा मंगलोदयेन जब मंगल हो जाए इस जीवात्मा को तब ये जीवात्मा मंगल माने क्या है इस जीवात्मा को कृपा मिलना चाहिए कृपा इज मैनिफेस्टेड आउट ऑफ व्हाट पोटेंसी कृपा इज नथिंग बट भक्ति ओनली भक्ति शक्ति कमिंग फ्रॉम वेयर इज ए प्रोडक्ट ऑफ माया शक्ति बहिरंग शक्ति तरस शक्ति और स्वरूप शक्ति स्वरूप शक्ति so when jivatma is given with the kripa shakti means swarupa shakti now intelligence is backed up by not just jivatma but what swarupa shakti then that intelligence will इसी को स्पिरिचुअल इंटेलिजेंस बोलते हैं ये एक्सेप्ट करेगा या नहीं अभी स्क्रिप्चर पढ़ेगा तो इसीलिए शास्त्रों में रहने वाला विषय को समझने के लिए जीवात्मा को क्या चाहिए कृपा चाहिए ये कृपा इसलिए साधु लोग देते हैं समझ रहे हैं साधुओं का आवश्यकता है नहीं साधु और इसके साथ कुछ अनर्थ भी हैं कर्म के साथ साथ ये अनर्थों को हटाने के लिए गुरु का कृपा चाहिए तब इसके ऊपर और एक चाहिए क्योंकि साधु का कृपा से बिगिन होता है और गुरु की कृपा से ऑब्स्टेकल उड़ जाता है इसलिए गुरु की कृपा भी चाहिए साधु गुरु और शास्त्र ये तीनों का महत्व है ऐसा नहीं एक को रिप्लेस कर देंगे एक है तो बाकी दोनों को उड़ा दो ऐसा नहीं चलता we need sadhu guru shastra all the time we need it's not that they need not necessary okay now कर्म योग से ज्ञान योग से भक्ति योग से लिबरेशन ये बोलिए अभी आप कहाँ कौन शुरू किए बोलना हाँ बोलिए नेक्स्ट पॉइंट क्या है अच्छा डायग्राम शुरू उधर से शुरू किया ना हम लोग अपना हाँ कर्मी क्या किस हाँ साधु इज ए ज्ञानी he came हाँ निष्काम कर्म योग में क्या होता है okay and what else
and for that heart transformation happens heart purification
कैसा हो रहा है
so when he is doing like this offering the result to Vishnu or then what happens is his heart transformation happens
कैसा I want elaboration of that In Nishkam Karma Yoga, how heart transformation happens?
Because he's not expecting the result.
So क्या होगा?
And he's only performing as a duty. And okay, I have to do this without expectation of result. And offering the result to Supreme. That is
Okay, I'll explain. So, what is the disease of this Jivatma which is not getting any sadhu's kripa? What it is doing? What it is doing? I just told. Identifying the mind and as his soul, as himself. And whatever things are produced there, it is thinking that he is doing and he is enjoying. This is a problem. Now, in the Nishkama Karma Yoga, as per the nature of the subtle and gross bodies, we decided one dharma, fixed dharma we decided. Okay? One dharma is set for him. So, and we are saying that he has to follow that dharma. While doing that dharma is done by whom? By these gross and subtle bodies. So, when it is doing that activity, dharma means karma. So, when it is doing that karma, then what will happen? So, body, this means sometimes pain or pleasure are produced in the mind, and it is coming to know various things. So, when pain and pleasure are heat and cold, whatever are coming, it has to, this Jivatma, what it has to do? It has to stop claiming or reacting or involving into those. It start refraining himself from that. That is known as Nishkam Karma Yoga. It is known as Matra Svarshastu Konteya Sitoshna Sukadukkada Agama Paino Tan Titikshasva means you are making your consciousness not to get affected by avidya and false ego. So that means false ego is tempting you to take this pain as yours and this pain as a pleasure as yours. But now through the Nishkama Karma Yoga, what you are doing? You are refraining from that. From regular tendencies of falling, you are stopping to fall yourself to identifying yourself as mind, and you are trying to regain your original state as I am soul. This practice, and also after doing this dharma, you are getting the beautiful result, maybe bad result or good result. So, and also you are not accepting that, and you have no aversion, also no attraction for that result. So, by this kind of practice, Jivatma is trying to come its state and not to be affected by avidya and false ego. This is known as Nishkama Karma. Then after that, successfully several times, several lives, sometimes it has to practice this, then it will come to know I am soul. Isn't the story nahi hua?
realization, so that
I am not sorry. Realization. It's not knowing is if you I am soul. If you heard this sentence, knowledge is produced where? In intelligence it is produced. I am intelligent. I am soul. But that is not sufficient to know this Jivatma himself who is. Your understanding? By just producing knowledge and intelligence is not sufficient for realization. Realization, what it needed? Actions are needed. Whenever we hear, where it is produced knowledge? In intelligence. Like if you see a pen, see there is a pen. So when the senses are their eyes, when the eyes are seeing this pen, image of this pen is captured by the eyes and it is given to mind. Then mind is given to intelligence. Intelligence, what it do? In the chitta, there are the various photos are already stored. Samskara, in the form of samskaras. So pen photo is also stored and name is also stored there. So this intelligence is comparing this new photo with the existing photos. And finally it decides what? This is pen. Who is deciding? Decision who is taking this is pen? Intelligence is taking. And like this, whatever knowledge, if you heard the words, so from the words, meanings are fetched from the chitta, and finally, all meanings are arranged in a systematic way, and knowledge is produced where? Intelligence. Okay? This is on the body level only still. But Jivatma should realize himself as soul. That is a different story. By this knowledge, it has to always remembering this knowledge of then it is, while doing actions, it will be so refraining actually from not to be get attached to the either of the results, either good or bad. That is known as Nishkam Karma Yoga. So by doing this, what is happening? This avidya is getting destroyed actually. And it is filled with what? It is formed with what? Vidya. Instead of avidya, vidya will be there. Then successfully, if he realizes himself as soul, then it can leave the house. Doing of these actions, karma should leave. Then he should practice using the same body, the jnana sadhanas. That means amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, kshanti, rajavam, like that. By practicing all those, if this vidya increases, along with that, it is going to do one more thing. What is that? Some little bhakti also. Now it is in the jnana yoga. From karma yoga, it came to where? Jnana yoga. Then after that, using this, that means this jnana yoga, so it is able to know using that jnana yoga, that is being in the mode of goodness. Jnana yoga means increasing goodness. Being in that goodness, it is able to understand Paratattvam Brahman. It is able to understand Paratattvam Brahman, and also is trying to practice that seeing the oneness. Oneness in the all the places. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. So, and also it is having some bhakti. So now Jivatma is what? This is Jivatma, which is covered with the Vidya, and along with that, it is doing some little bhakti also, na? Little bhakti. So, like this Jivatma. So, in advanced stage, what it will do? Advanced stage of Jnana Yoga, this Vidya is also not needed. Then it will stop practicing the all the Jnana sadhanas, and because Jivatma purely, this Chit Padartha only can go and merge into the Brahman. Jivatma, the along with Vidya, go and merge into the Brahman, it can it. This Vidya is obstacle for that. To merge into, samajh mein aa raha hai? So, if Vidya is also obstacle to going merge into the Brahman, Vidya also at certain point of time should leave. So that's why Vidya is cut by Vidya. Then what will be remaining with the Jivatma? Jivatma is only Bhakti. Jivatma is only Bhakti now. A little Bhakti. Vidya, then that is known as Mam Chayo Agyabicharena Bhakti Yogena. So Gnani also finally should take shelter of Bhakti. So that's why he coming now into which yoga? Bhakti Yoga. So then after that what? Prabhupada is writing. This Bhakti Yoga helps this Jivatma to put in Brahman. That is known as liberation. Okay. I took this point to elaborate all this process. This process will be again we will be using. Vidya is Sattva-guna, na? It's made up of. Sattva-guna से ब्रह्म में सत्वगुण नहीं चलता है. इसको भी छोड़. विद्या जैसे दो लकड़ी लेके घिस देंगे तो आग जल के आग निकल के दोनों लकड़ियों को भी जला देगा. That is the way. हाँ? वो रगड़ते माने इस विद्या से इस विद्या माने दोनों खत्म हो जाए. This is example given by Shastra actually. Second vidya is this vidya is not needed for me. Is the second vidya. That is known as Brahma. Actually, yeah.
Purification of heart is Vidya is.
Vidya is nothing but Sattva Guna. Avidya means Tamo Guna.
Purification of heart when it happens.
In the Nishkama Karma Yoga happens. Antakarana Suddhi by that practice. That means this chitta, all the bad impressions are gone. That means what is happening when you refraining yourself, I am not body, I am soul. So with this, while doing practice in Nishkam Karma Yoga, that will increase your vidya and decrease avidya. As much as avidya is decreasing means here also bad samskaras or bad things are from chitta are going on. Okay. Huh?
The bait and fish example.
Pattern.
The bait is put to catch fish. As soon as hook example.
Oh, इधर suitable.
Cargo. The fisherman uses hook to catch fish. So that's another kind of fish he gives.
Oh, Kuyogis actually. Ashtanga Yogi, they try to use their mind on the Lord's form, but so this mind is so cruel mind. That means he doesn't want to so release the pleasure of the Lord. That is known as hook. That you are saying.
Another is for
That's different. That's not you. Okay. So some places, some acharyas, who is Ravi Raghavacharya is saying, what he is saying? Karma yoga. First performing karma yoga, and then jnana yoga, and finally coming to the platform of bhakti yoga, one can be liberated. Like that, he said, Prabhupada always get the chance wherever the bhakti yoga point comes, he elaborates the glories of bhakti yoga. So Prabhupada explained bhakti yoga here. You can read this. Next sloka. Pravrtti lakshanaschaiva traigunya vishayo mune yo savalina prakrute guna sarga puna puna. Translation पढ़िए पढ़िए.
O great sage, Shuddha Goswami, unless the living freed from the fiction of nature, he received different types of body, and according to the body, he understood the level of situation. By following the instructions, he travels into up or down, by which level he lived, and he have already described.
Yes. Pravritti marga, where it is explained. Pravritti marga is also explained in same in third canto, 32nd chapter. The beginning slokas. You can see this one can do the sakama karma and get the various sense objects. Pravritti marga means working hard to get the sense artha that is used to gain the sense objects. This is known as pravritti marga. That is also explained there in the third canto. Pravrittiryasya tasya samsarinah gunairev sargaha punah punah janma. So whoever is getting the what is the difference between pravritti marga people and people who are not following the Vedas? They are getting tamasika destination. Yes, no, this you should remember this. Some follows Vedas and some doesn't follow Vedas. These people are tamasika destinations they get, helish destinations, and pravritti people they get swarga. And there actually in the third canto, 32nd chapter, we have seen also. These planets also not permanent, and what is the pleasure of that planets? Till the Swarga, how many days it will be there? These planets, how many? 14 planets are there, na? So till the Swarga, so how much, what is the duration of those planets?
1 day of
One day of Brahmaji. Every day of Brahmaji, that means 1000 Mahaga yugas are over means वो ब्रह्मांडों का आग लग वो प्लैनेट्स को आग लग जाता है पूरा जल जाएगा सब प्लैनेट्स तो रहेगा बेसिक बट उसमें अंदर रहने वाला कोई चीज कुछ नहीं बचेगा सब डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाएगा आफ्टर दैट देयर विल बी ह्यूज वाटर एंड आल्सो विंड एवरीथिंग सो once again Brahmaji 100,000 mahayugas is sleeping and he waking up he creates these planets also properly and sends the jivas there. That means till Swarga daily annihilation happens. But about Maharloka people they go higher planets. And Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka people, no problem. They live, what is the lifespan of these three planets people? Same as Brahmaji. So like this they will be living there. And what about the Jivas? Till the Swarga who are living at that time, end of the day. Where they go? They go into the lotus. लोटस में जाएगा और उनको दोबारा शरीर मिलेगा But those like Kumaras and Prajapatis, they will be changing how many times in a Brahmaji's lifetime? How many times they change the body, gross body? How many times? Huh? No change. But other these jivas, these species in the higher planets, they all will change. Millions and millions of times we change. You're understanding? Gross body we change. And subtle body, all will lose. 100 years are over. Subtle body will lose, but karma and avidya will be there. Yanti devavrata devan pitrun yanti pitruvrata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajinopi mam. So in Bhagavad Gita we have read, these pravrtti marga people whom they worship Indra. Indra and Chandra, Varuna, Vayu. That's why they go there. Or otherwise Pitru Devata they worship. That is also said. Easy to worship Pitru Devatas or Devatas? Pitru Devatas is easy because देख रहे हैं ना दादा को परदादा को इसीलिए उन लोगों को वर्शिप करना इजी हो जाता है. Like so grossly people they worship Pitru Devatas, little higher intelligence they worship. They all comes under which area? Those who worship Pitru Devatas they comes under Karmi. So all pravritti marga people are karmis, yes? So they worship what? These karmis means they do dharma as per the shastra, they do activities as per shastra, get artha, and after that they do the sense gratification. Whatever artha they get, if they give to the back to the devatas, then it's okay. If they don't give, then he is thief. Stena eva saha. And karmi who is having a little bit higher intelligence, who doesn't have little intelligence also, he will be stealing, he will eat himself. Little higher intelligence, he will worship Pitru Devatas. Even little higher worship, he will worship demigods. Even if little high intelligence is there, then he will worship Vishnu. In what way he worship? What is the view, his vision towards Vishnu? Vishnu is Supreme Personality of God, like that he worship. He is also demigod, Devata. One of the Devata. Best Devata. But he is a Devata. Like that they worship. So that's why worship means they do yajna and they recite the Vishnu mantras. They see Vishnu is, and also they offer the result of their karma to Vishnu instead of Devatas. If they offer, but because they are studying by offering to Vishnu, they get more result. Because Vishnu is best Devata. As per their consciousness, Vishnu is best Devatas. Not for every karmi, it's like that. Few karmis. Then they are offer to their result to. Can you call them as devotees? No. Even they worship Vishnu, they cannot be called as devotees because they don't have right vision actually. They don't see Vishnu as Supreme Personality. Worship means they offer the portion of yajna to the Vishnu. They do Vishnu oriented yagas and they get the pleasure from that. Yes, over. Okay. Yeah. Half an hour break. No. So we'll meet at 1:10. हाँ? पितृ का वर्षिप ऐसा है जैसे हमारा गांव में है तो एक लड़के रहते हैं पितृ को रिप्रेजेंट करने वाला कुछ रहता है सर. हाँ उसका वो है पिंडदान करते हैं. संक्रांति में भी वर्शिप करते हैं. देखा है थोड़ा सा जोर से बोलिए. उसमें लॉजिक क्या है करते हैं. हाँ पितृ लोग चाहेंगे. लॉजिक क्या है? लॉजिक माने पितृ लोग जाने के लिए. वो भी अच्छा है, उधर भी क्यों करते हैं ये सब? नहीं नहीं, ऐसा करने से पितृलोक जाएंगे, और पितृलोक जाएंगे जब तक पुण्य है तब तक रहेंगे, और वापस आके इसी कुल में जन्म लेगा, और बाकी बाकी लोग ये भी पूजा करेगा, और वो लोग उधर ऊपर सिक्की रहेंगे, और ये लोग नीचे आएंगे। इस प्रकार पितृलोक का राउंड चलता रहता है। पितृलोक होता कहाँ है? घोरलोक में, घोरलोक ऊपर, नीचे नहीं, प्लेजर वाले हैं, एंजॉयमेंट है उधर। नॉट एवरी एंसेस्टर विल गो टू, नॉट एवरी एंसेस्टर, जो वर्शिप करेगा वही जाएगा। जो विष्णु को वर्शिप करेंगे तो हट गया, देवता वर्शिप देवता जाएगा।
Meditate on Paramatma. So meditation on Paramatma. Yogis, how they meditate, the form which is mentioned in that second canto, that not in the heart, that form they meditate, or actually they see inside and meditate. What
Actually, yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, pranayam, pratyahar. When the senses and everything are purified, so they are able to, initially they imagine and they see, they are able to see the Paramatma actually. Yeah, they are able to see. That is the yoga shakti actually. That means using the yoga techniques and such a, by breathing techniques, what will they do? That's pranayam. They completely purify their senses and mind. And so gradually they are able to see Paramatma inside. But they are not able to put their attention there continuously as desired by the different limbs. Then they has to come back and do the meditation on Virat. Dhyana means limb by limb. Dharana means overall. Anywhere you can meditate, then that is successful. Dhyana means limb by limb. If for 10 hours only feet, he should be stay there, for his mind should stay for 10 hours. Dhyana. And should not go up and down. Our legs place. That much choice also is not good. If he takes that choice, then he is failed in dhyana.
Yeah.
Today class will go 2:30, na? Because half an hour is taken out. थोड़ा और भी देंगे तो अच्छा है, प्लीज थोड़ा सा रिक्वेस्ट करके।